I've been seeing a lot of pictures of Joe Biden on the beach. Not sure it's hard to keep up with him there. All right, here now, host of the David Webb Show on SiriusXM Patriot and Fox News contributor David Webb, and host of the Stacy on the Right on SiriusXM, Stacy Washington. Both of you, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Listen, we have these 80-year-olds that actually are not performing. My dad's almost 90, is sharp, bright, quick. These guys aren't doing it. What's the answer to move these guys out and get some younger minds in place in our government?
Well,
David,
ladies first, Stacy, because
Stacey,
I know
okay,
you got a lot to say about this.
I do. I could take up this whole segment, but I will just keep it brief by stating that some of the people we're seeing who are having the cognitive issues while they're in public with the cameras on them, Dianne Feinstein, 90 years old, Joe Biden, 80 years and 10 months. There's a age counter for him running on the Washington Free Beacon that you can check any time of the day if you want to know how old the president is. And then, of course, Mitch McConnell's 81. In the private sector, these individuals would have long been given severance packages and retirement parties. But in government, they're running this like it's their own business. I think it's a shame. It's disgusting. And it also shows a distinct lack of respect for the American people that they continue to basically limp along in their positions instead of moving aside for younger, more qualified people.
David, and Joe Biden, even, it does seem like the press is starting to turn a little bit on him. Maybe it's his age, maybe it's his crackhead son. But there's a new book out that admits that Biden says he's tired, and they try to keep his schedule clear before 10 a.m., which is kind of a bit of a revelation or admission.
So you keep his schedule clear before 10 a.m. By the way, I love gerontocracy. I'm stealing that one. I'm going to be using it all over radio, and I'll give you the attribution there. No, I know it is. It's a Dagan McDowell, like, nope, bless your heart. So I love it. It's the way you use it. Clear? Okay, all right. I'm still giving it to you because, you know, I pick favorites. But before 10 a.m., they keep his schedule clear. The early bird special in the afternoon, he's gone. Even when he moves to other time zones, they keep him clear. What does that tell you? That tells you that he's not able to get up and do the job of the President of the United States. To Stacey's point, all these whiteheads in Washington, for every Republican who wants to run against Mitch McConnell, take that clip you just played. That's your campaign ad. When asked about the question, maybe he doesn't hear it, maybe he does. Whatever the reason, when given the question by his staffer, he still can't respond. And these are the people that are making policy. These are the people in Washington, especially the Democrats. When you look at Frederica Wilson, don't forget her, Sheila Jackson Lee, Bernie Sanders, all of them, that they literally pass bills in the dead of night and then turn around and tell you they want to know everything that you do for $600 in your bank account. Do you really trust these people to make decisions or have the mental capacity? Their staffers are running their offices, plain and simple. They have the staffer who briefs them, go out, do this, and if they're taken offline, they can't come up with another answer.
But Mitch is responsible for fighting Joe Biden and Democrats and the radical leftists. And this is what you get. Shame on Republican senators for keeping Mitch in the position of power as the minority leader. And that's not all just haunting Republicans. We have things that are haunting Democrats as well. In this election cycle, Green Party presidential candidate Cornell West with some harsh words for the Democrat Party. Listen.
So I think in many ways, Brother Bernie's making a plausible argument, but I think deep down in his heart, he knows that the Democratic Party has no fundamental intention of speaking to the needs of poor people and working people. They are dominated by their corporate wing. He and AOC and the others are going to be, in a certain sense, window dressing. But the Democratic Party is beyond redemption at this point when it comes to seriously speaking to the needs of poor and working people.
Stacey, fair assessment. They don't have the ability to talk to poor and working class people. AOC weighed in as well, saying this. She takes issue with opinions of her. She told the New York Times she is not a Washington insider. But again, Stacey, Democrats here have lost touch with the working class and even the minority communities they claim to represent and fight for.
You know, what's funny about AOC is she lives in a building with a doorman now. She has a very expensive vehicle. She has really stepped into Washington, D.C.'s elite with both feet, and she wears it well. And so her protestations fall quite flatly for me. I don't think this is about class or race unless you're a part of the underclass right now suffering under Bidenomics. Yeah. Inflation is killing the middle class and working class people, and Democrats don't even talk about it anymore. They're too busy having parties with Hollywood insiders, elites, people like Zuckerberg and Oprah. And there's nothing wrong with being rich. I think capitalism is fantastic and the free market system is the only one I would ever want to live in. But when we're talking about how Americans are living right now with this inflation, with this crushing debt that Americans are taking on, spending their necessities on their credit cards, Democrats won't speak to it. Trump has, Ramaswamy has, so many have. And I love the fact, I just want to add in before my time is up, that it's SiriusXM and Fox. We are partners and we're holding it down. It's just the two groups killing it on TV. Somebody give us a shout out here. He's the morning, I'm the night, and then you guys are all day. Come on.
Shout out.
David, Cornell West, the left, like Cornell, they used to hate government, distrust it, down with it all day, every day. That's essentially what he's talking about.
Well, look, Cornell West is the wannabe communist who's just mad that Bernie got paid and AOC's getting paid and he's getting left out somehow. I'm not taking advice from Cornell West. The words are correct. The intent is, what would he do with it? Bernie Sanders, in response to Cornell West, talked about the end of democracy if Donald Trump or the Republicans are elected. These are the people trying to tell you they're going to save democracy by dictating to you who should be in charge. Cornell West is simply a sham. He's a scam, and he just wants to get his piece of the pie because look at the hair. He's got a lot of white hair somewhere in there colored up, and sooner or later, it's his time to go out the door.
David Webb, Stacy Washington, great conversation. Shout out to you, Stacy. We appreciate you guys joining us. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good to see both of y'all.